really hard look at your life right now. I mean, truly look at it. Are you exactly where you want to be? Or have you kind of been making excuses, waiting around for some magical moment of inspiration to finally kick in? The harsh truth we're exploring today is that most people don't fail because they lack talent. And it's not because they weren't given opportunities either. They fail because they completely lack discipline. Okay, let's dive into this, because if you don't master what we're about to cover, you're going to stay weak, you'll stay stuck, and honestly, you'll just waste your potential.
How many times have you looked in the mirror and told yourself, you know what, I'll just start tomorrow, right? We all know the trap. You tell yourself, tomorrow I'll eat right, or tomorrow I'll definitely hit the gym, or tomorrow I'm going to finally start that project. It's actually kind of funny. Tomorrow seems to be the absolute busiest day of the week because that's when literally everyone plans to get their life together. But here's the brutal reality. Tomorrow, it never comes. There is absolutely no perfect time. There is no magical alignment of the stars where everything suddenly just feels easy. Waiting for that perfect moment is really just a sophisticated way of lying to yourself. You either act right now, in this very second, or you just have to accept that you're choosing to stay exactly as you are.
So what exactly are we talking about here? Let's quickly define our core concept. Discipline is the absolute foundation of everything. And look, it's not about doing what you love. It's about doing the hard things when every single cell in your body, every part of your mind is just screaming at you to quit. It is doing what is necessary. Think about it. You don't work out because it's always fun. You work out because you must. You don't wake up early because you naturally want to. You do it because the alternative is failure. Without this absolute bedrock of discipline, honestly, nothing else in your life really matters.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the stark, undeniable contrast between these two mindsets. The weak mindset, it's totally obsessed with comfort. Weak people are always looking for shortcuts, right? They search for the easy way out. They spend their days endlessly scrolling through feeds, distracting themselves, just waiting for the right mood to strike. But the strong mindset, the strong take action anyway. They do what is required regardless of the weather, regardless of their mood, regardless of how comfortable they are. The only difference between you and the people who are stuck in that weak cycle is whether you decide to make that shift to the strong mindset, right here, right now.
We actually need to shatter a massive illusion right now. Motivation, it's a complete myth. Most people mistakenly believe that success comes from feeling inspired. They look at high achievers and think, wow, those people at the top must just naturally wake up highly motivated every single day, ready to attack their goals with a big smile. Well, they don't. The difference between those who win and those who lose is incredibly simple. The winners take action even when they feel absolutely zero motivation. If you rely on feeling inspired to get things done, you are pretty much guaranteed to fail.
Section 1. The Mindset of Champions. Action over feelings. Let's move to and see how this builds into our first champion.
Look at this quote from boxing legend Mike Tyson. Discipline is doing what you hate to do, but doing it like you love it. Man, that right there is the mindset of a true champion. Tyson wasn't stepping into the ring at 4 a.m. to train because it felt warm and fuzzy. He hated it, but he did it with the ferocity of someone who absolutely loved it because he understood that the weak do what's easy and the strong do what's required. He basically controlled his mind to override his temporary discomfort.
And then you have someone like David Goggins. I mean, the guy is practically synonymous with mental toughness, right? He didn't run for hours every single day, destroying his shoes and his body because he just had this deep, profound love for running. No, he did it because he fundamentally refused to be weak. He used the physical act of running as a tool to forge his mind, realizing that doing the necessary, painful things is really the only way to build true inner strength.
And the pattern continues with the late, great Kobe Bryant. Kobe didn't drag himself out of bed at 4 a.m. to hit the court because he naturally felt like giving up his sleep. He did it because he knew that level of relentless daily discipline would make him completely unstoppable. While his opponents were sleeping, he was working. He didn't let the warmth of his bed dictate his legacy.
And this brilliantly illustrates that this isn't just some modern sports concept. It's an ancient truth. Consider the ancient samurai warriors. They trained intensely every single day, not because they were actively in a battle, and definitely not because they felt motivated, but because they had to be ready. For them, weakness literally meant death. Discipline wasn't some trendy productivity hack, it was pure survival. They built these rigorous routines that forced them to act no matter how they felt.
Section 2. 5 Steps to Discipline, Your Action Plan. Okay, it's time to stop philosophizing and start building. Here are the 5 definitive steps to building unbreakable mental armor. Step 1.
Remove the option of quitting entirely. Step 2. Start small but be ruthlessly consistent with those small habits. Step 3. Stop relying on your feelings. Your feelings are honestly pretty much irrelevant to your goals. Step 4. Embrace discomfort. Lean into the things that suck. And Step 5. Track your progress and hold yourself accountable. You have to make yourself answer for your failures. This is the blueprint right here. Let's actually break a couple of the most vital steps down a bit further.
Step 1 is perhaps the most critical barrier. You must absolutely remove the option of quitting. The exact moment you give yourself a choice, the moment you start negotiating with yourself like, should I go to the gym today? Or maybe I shouldn't. Your weak side is going to win. Every time. You have to decide in advance that quitting is simply not on the table. If you say you're going to work out, it is already a done deal in your mind. No debate, no second guessing. You just execute the plan.
And then we look really closely at Step 4, embracing discomfort. You got to understand this. If you only do it as easy, you will stay weak forever, period. The moment something starts feeling hard, whether it's a grueling workout, a super difficult conversation, or a complex project at work, do not retreat. That feeling of difficulty, that's your cue to push forward. It's the literal signal that you are actually growing. You really have to rewire your brain to see discomfort not as a stop sign, but as a giant green light.
Section 3. Build your mental armor. Callousing the mind.
Following these steps builds your mental armor by literally callousing your mind. Think of it like this. Just like your hands build physical calluses when you lift heavy weights to protect the skin, your mind builds calluses when you force it through psychological resistance. You are actively pushing past the artificial limits your brain tries to set for you. So, how do we reinforce this armor? Well, you train yourself to love the pain. You intentionally do something that sucks every single day. You adamantly refuse to quit. You have to remove the governor. Your mind is going to tell you that you're completely exhausted and need to stop when you're really only at about 40% of your actual capacity. You have to push past that false limit. And above all, no more negotiations with your feelings. Your feelings don't matter. You do the work anyway. The more you willingly embrace suffering, the less control it has over your life.
Section 4. Your daily challenge. Prove you are not weak. Let's put this into practice today. So the crucial point is this. I need you to pick one hard thing on the screen right now and do it. Commit to waking up at 5 a.m. tomorrow with absolutely zero use of the snooze button. Or commit to taking a freezing cold shower today, just stepping right in with no hesitation. Or go for a run right now, especially if you hate running. Or just sit down and work in total silence for 2 hours while everyone else wastes their time. Pick one concrete daily challenge, do it, prove it. The clock is ticking. Are you strong enough to act?
But remember, doing that hard thing once, that's just the beginning. Discipline is not a one-time event or some trendy 30-day challenge you tick off a list. It's a way of life. It is a daily choice. Every single day you wake up, you get the chance to prove to yourself who you really are. There is no middle ground here, and there is for sure no shortcut. You start right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now.
I'll leave you with this final ultimate ultimatum. Right now, as you watch this, you have two choices. You can stay weak, keep waiting for motivation to strike, and just watch other people succeed while you stay exactly where you are. Or you can become disciplined, take control, and do what needs to be done. So ask yourself and answer honestly, who are you going to be? The person who makes excuses or the person who takes massive action? Make your choice and make it count.